Good morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday, July the 12th, 2022. We are almost halfway through 2022. I cannot believe it is going so fast. July is going faster than ever. I know it's partly because I'm at work and I'm used to being at home. Now, mind you, I'm at home, but what I'm saying is I don't work on campus anymore, so I don't get that extra long summer break, and I'm okay with that. But anyway, it just feels like the year is going by so quickly. And guys, I've said to you, this is my 50th journey around the sun. But I'll tell you that it is a beautiful journey. It is a beautiful year. I'm super excited about all of the things that I'm getting to experience and do. Lots of new things. I'm open to lots of new experiences and just enjoying life's journey. And I hope that you all are doing exactly the same. What did Dr. E want you to be mindful for today? Well, I'm recalling a conversation I had with a good friend, and she asked me about generational curses. She asked me about curses on our family, and I told her I absolutely believe those to be true. But I'm going to frame them in a different way. Really, what they are is practices of behavior. Really, what they are those behaviors, beliefs, systems, customs that we pass down from generation to generation, and there's dysfunction in those things, and there is trauma wrapped up in those things. And the reason why I thought about that this morning is because yesterday and today's, as I wrote, today's email is all about leaving people better than you found them. And I actually have a video that I included in the Choose Joy email about leaving people better than you found them. And at that time, and it was about a year ago, when I made that particular video, um, it was about, you could simply smile or congratulate or compliment someone and leave them better than you found them. But I want to take it a step further. A couple of weeks ago, I was home and my brother and I were having a conversation, and I suppose I'd said something that was towards teasing him, which is what we do. I mean, he's my little brother. That's what we do. And his response to me was a comment that hurt my feelings, and I said that to him, and he didn't answer right away. But when he came back, he did very much like my father and couched his response in a story. And he asked about my favorite. Well, actually, he asked the person who was visiting um, about a favorite punch, boxing punch, right? And we got the jab, right? And we have the I can't think of what that one's called. That outward punch. The jab is straight, and then you have the uppercut. Anyway, he said that I taken offense to what he said, but that I throw little jabs all the time. And when he said it, it really took me back. I was like, "What are you talking about?" Because when you think about a jab, you think, "Oh, you hit somebody, you do it to hurt them." And so he was perceiving my little teasing remarks as hurtful things. And I'm thankful. So thank you, little brother, because if he hadn't told me, I never would have thought about it that way because I never saw it that way. And oftentimes we are unaware because we aren't expressing. We're just feeling and going on about it or accepting things the way they are. And in that moment, I said to myself, okay, Monique, you have to be mindful of the things that you're saying to your brother. And this kind of comes from full circle to a conversation I was having with someone else. I had this conversation with Lincoln, and he told me about, some friends in his circle that he had been guilty of saying some what he called mean things, and he had to take a step back and realize that he was doing it. He realized he was doing it when he sat in judgment of somebody else doing it to somebody else in the crew. And when he saw their behavior, it was a mirror for him, and he could see his own behavior in that. Similarly, when my brother said to me that I was jabbing him, he was holding up a mirror for me to see myself the way he saw me. And then it gifted me an opportunity, right, to put into practice the things that I preach. If I say to leave people better than you found them. Now, mind you, that came, a month later, recently. But I can go back now and realize that that's what it was. I can leave him better than I found him every time we engage with one another. And so no more of those little jabs. I'm going to catch myself. I'm going to be aware of it. I'm going to be mindful of comments that I make to him that aren't lifting him up. that are maybe bringing him down. It also reminds me of how people always said, I love you to death. And I remember years ago when I, analyzed that, I was like, I don't like that. I know what they're saying. I'm gonna love you until you die or until I die. But I always say, now I'm gonna love you to life. And I'm gonna make sure that everything that I do towards you and about you, even if it's my thoughts, the things that come out of my mouth, the actions that I do, are gonna love you to life. They're going to lift you up. They're gonna make you lighter. They're gonna make your life experience a little bit better. That's gotta be my goal. That's what I want you to be mindful of today. I want you to be mindful of whether or not you're feeding and fueling people's goodness, or are you feeding and fueling the darkness? Are you bringing them down and you don't even know it because you're carrying on practices and traditions that were passed down to you? My older brother teased me, I teased my younger brother. If Lincoln and Dre and Dylan and Malcolm see us teasing each other, then they tease each other. And a lot of times, teasing is just lighthearted fun. And other times, depending on what people are going through, it's hurtful. So, one thing I want to advise you is tell people how you feel. The other thing I want to advise you of is be mindful of how you're making people feel. That makes me think of my favorite quote: people will forget what you did, people will forget what you said, but they'll never forget how you made them feel. So be mindful of how you're making people feel and strive to make them feel good, because I think that's a better way of being. You got to choose for yourself, but I personally think it's a better way of being. So I hope that you found something enlightening in all of this rambling today, and I hope that you are committed to making it the most terrific Tuesday ever. You know how to do it. You do it by being kind and gentle to yourself. You do it by being kind and gentle to each other, and you do it by gifting the world the beauty, the warmth, the joy, the compassion, and all the love that your smile conveys. Go about making it a great day. Take care of yourself. I love you.